All right, court is back in session. I'm ready to finish the morning docket. And actually, if there are individuals that are here for the 1:30 docket, that's who I'm going to start with. I'm not gonna make them wait.
Your Honor.
Wait 1 second, I can't hear you.
Officer Costa, that's here for the trial, the trial.
Which trial? It's only one trial? No, I have two.
Stephen
Three.
Costa, he's the
Yes.
officer that's,
Mhm.
he's physically in the courtroom right over there.
Oh, okay, good afternoon, Officer Costa. All right, Attorney Rosenthal, you have your hand up.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may, the translator that we do have that we needed for earlier this morning, she was asked to come in. She has another Zoom hearing, Your Honor, at 3, and I was wondering if it's okay with you and your discretion and permission, if we can get her case read first, just so she can make her other court appointment at 3.
Absolutely, and counsel, have you all spoken with the attorney and the defendant? I still want to make the best use of time.
No, absolutely, Your Honor. That's another thing. If we can put them in a breakout room with one of the, because I don't believe the House Counsel has spoken with them yet. You're absolutely right, Your Honor. If we could put them in a breakout room, that would be very helpful.
Okay, who's going in the breakout room with Mr. Taher? And where is that would be Attorney Griffin, and then where is the interpreter?
Miss
I
Maddie.
am here. I am here, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Wilson, if you could place them in a breakout room, that would be great. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then where are we with the other matters that are scheduled for trial on today? Are we ready to go forward?
Yes, if I may, Your Honor, I spoke with Inspector Tyson about the case that we had pushed over for Mr. Abukader. As of now, and I want the officer to speak a little bit, but as of now, it looks to be that we are in compliance with the violations in the timely manner. The only thing I believe we're waiting on now is a trailer to which they've been in contact. And so I believe those are going to be dismissals after having conversation with Ms. Tyson.
Okay, so you all have that conversation and then I'll come back and call it.
Yes, Your Honor.
What about the matter for Armstrong? Officer Costa is in the courtroom.
Okay, he is. I'll have to come downstairs, Your Honor. I didn't know he was in person. Let me come down and I'll make my way down now. But other than that, we should be good. The only officer or issuing officer I've spoke to is Ms. Tyson. So I'll come down and speak with that officer that's present in the courtroom now, Your Honor.
All right, very good. That seems to take care of. Ms. Wilson, if you could send out, but the interpreter will have to tell Mr. Taher that he has to accept an invitation to the breakout room. Yes, Attorney Griffin.
Your Honor, the matters that are scheduled for trial, I don't see the defendants. Now, maybe they're here, but I just don't see them. So if they do appear, then I can speak to them in a breakout room, your Attorney Barton. But as of now, I don't see a Davina Averett or a Devon Armstrong.
All right.
Devon Armstrong, I'm right here.
Turn on your camera, please. So you need to go in a breakout room with Mr. Armstrong?
I'm first going to work with the one that has the interpreter, Your Honor, that you asked me to go, and then I can work with Mr. Armstrong.
All right, Mr. Armstrong, keep your camera on, otherwise out of sight, out of mind. And when I close out my docket today, it's closed.
Okay.
Oh. So.
All right, thank you. All right. I'm ready to call the remainder of the docket from this morning. Are the parties ready? I'm not happy about this morning's docket. I'm not. Are the parties ready to proceed?
Your Honor, before I leave, I'm ready to proceed on Miss Courtney Armstrong.
Okay, Ms.
Arnold,
Armstrong.
Courtney Arnold. Courtney Arnold.
Okay. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, very good. I'm ready on Ms. Arnold. I have the following matters. I have case numbers SP 1172061, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 117255511. Case number SP 121121, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ms. Arnold, please state your name for the record.
Courtney Arnold.
All right, thank you, ma'am, for your patience. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Your Honor, there's a recommendation. Herman Griffin on behalf of the defendant. There's a recommendation. My client wants to avail herself of the recommendation. If today is an arraignment.
1 second, counsel. 1 second, counsel. I have 7 counts on my docket, and I only have 4 matters in this file. I need the following: SP 121121, counts 1, 2, and 3. All right, you may proceed, counsel.
Okay, Your Honor, I spoke with the prosecutor, there's a recommendation. Before we get to it is, I guess, arraignment on the bench where my client stands mute, waives formal reading, and we move to pre-try it.
Thank you, you may proceed.
Your Honor, the recommendation from the prosecutor is that my client would plead to 2 misdemeanors. Count 1 would be improper plates, the case number ending in 611. That'll be a plea as charged. And then case number ending in 511, drove while having an improper license, would be amended to failure to display. And then the remaining 5 misdemeanor matters would be dismissed.
All right, thank you, counsel. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. And state your name for me, Ms. Arnold, again.
Courtney Arnold.
Thank you. All right, counsel, Ms. Arnold, you understand that you have a right to a trial and to a formal hearing for any civil infractions that are before this court on today.
Yes.
And you understand that if you accept the offer from the people and plead guilty, that you are forever giving up your right to a trial and to a formal hearing.
Yes.
Has anyone promised you anything to make you give up your rights?
No.
All right, thank you. As to the first matter, I have on March 4th, 2021, while in the city of Detroit, ma'am, were you driving a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And on that motor vehicle that you were driving, did you have improper plates?
Yes.
Did the police stop you and ask you for a driver's license?
Yes.
And did you have a valid operator's license in your possession?
No.
I'm accepting your plea of guilty for the improper plates, and it's guilty as charged. I'm reducing the charge for the remaining matter to failure to display a valid operator's license. I'm ready for sentencing. As to the failure to display, the matter that I have amended to failure to display, I'm only going to assess costs one time on this matter. For all of the matters that are before this court, I am assessing the cost at $225. I'm assessing the
Did I say
fine.
don't come in here? Like, you do not listen. Go in there.
Excuse me, ma'am, we're in court.
Sorry,
You have to
ma'am.
mute yourself. All right. Your cost will be $225. Your fine will be $50. That's as to one matter. As to the remaining matter that you have pled guilty on, I'm not going to assess costs, and your fine will only, your fine will be $25. How quickly can you get these matters paid, ma'am?
I will need at least 30 days.
All right, I will give you that. I will give you 30 days to get it paid. And so I'm going to adjourn this to pay. I will adjourn it out until May the 19th, 2022, and that's going to be at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get everything paid before that day, you don't have to come back to court. However, your matters will not be dismissed until we have received our payment in full. If for some reason you're not able to pay, you do need to come back to court, okay?
Okay, is you gonna send everything in the mail?
No, ma'am, I'm telling you right now what you're going to have to pay, okay?
Okay,
And you can also, I don't have your total, but you can also contact the courtroom clerk and she'll be able to tell you your total, okay? But I'm
okay,
telling you to get it paid before, what did I say that date was? The 19th of May. Otherwise, you need to come back to court, okay? On that day at 10:30.
okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All of these are adjourned to dismiss.
Your Honor, I'm going to the breakout room now.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. Are we ready to go back on the record on Anthony Austin?
Yes, Your
On
Honor.
Mr. Austin, did you get your questions answered, Mr. Austin?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you'll have to go to a breakout room, and I'm not certain why you didn't get your questions answered. I'm not gonna be able to answer your questions, so you'll have to talk with your attorney, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
All right,
the
thank
questions,
you.
as far as I can answer, he has been told. So anything further, he needs to go to the court.
Mr. Barton, may I speak with you, please, sir?
No. Okay, Mr. Anderson, you'll just have to wait until we wrap up the docket, and then you'll go back to a breakout room with Mr. Barton. Are we ready on Ms. Kaisa Allen? Are we ready on Miss Allen? She's from the morning docket. Are we ready on Miss Allen? On Kaisa Allen?
I have not spoken with this individual, Your Honor. Mr. Griffin, have you spoken with this young lady?
Miss Allen, when did you appear? Because she wasn't in the breakout room that I had with all of my clients. So I'm not sure when
The only morning person I had is Mr. Austin. Sorry to cut you, sir.
Your Honor, she could have been she could have spoken with Attorney Fikens. I'm just not sure, Your Honor. That's the only other.
Miss Allen, unmute. Did you speak with an attorney today? Ma'am, you have to unmute. Did you speak with an attorney today?
No, ma'am.
When did you come to court, ma'am?
At about 11 o'clock, I was at the hospital with my daughter.
Okay, I'm going to have to adjourn your matter until tomorrow. You will have to appear back in court on tomorrow, which is April the 14th, 2022. And my docket starts at 8:35 a.m. Okay?
Yes,
I'll see
ma'am.
you tomorrow. And that is for case number SP125544641. I hope everything is good with your daughter. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
I'm calling the remainder. Thank you. I'm going to call the remainder of my docket for Mr. Armstrong. Has Mr. Armstrong spoken with an attorney? Sir, Mr. Devon Armstrong, unmute yourself.
No.
Okay, when did you join us?
My court date was scheduled for 1:30. I was on at like 1:15.
Okay, you're here for a trial. I need somebody to go and talk to Mr. Armstrong about the trial. Please go and talk to him in a breakout room. Thank you so much, sir. There is also a Mr. Al Garabli.
Hi, yes, I'm here. Good
Where
afternoon.
are you, sir?
I'm right here. Hello.
Okay, yes, thank you. Has anyone talked to you? Have you talked to an attorney, sir?
No, I have not.
Sir, what time was your case scheduled for this morning? I don't even see him on my docket.
What?
Is he on my
1:30?
docket? For 1:30? No, I don't have you on my docket today for 1:30. Can you look him up, Miss Mack?
I'm looking now, Judge.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. Let's see if we can find out where you're supposed to be.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let me see, Mr. Advocator, are we ready on Mr. Advocator?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
All right, wonderful. He was scheduled for 1:30. I have the following: B124602221, B124602321. Mr. Applicator, please unmute yourself and state your name for the record.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Marwan Abukader.
Okay, thank you, and good afternoon to you, sir. How are we proceeding with respect to Mr. Applicator?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Matthew Rosenthal, P84807. After speaking with Inspector Tyson, who did issue the tickets, Your Honor, as of now, from my understanding, Mr. Advocator is in compliance. There are a couple lingering issues, but he's working them out. The only thing that we have left is really paying the fines, which he said he was going to do today. So I believe dismissal on both accounts, and we have Inspector Tyson with the counter.
All right, thank you, Inspector. I only see one matter in the file. Inspector Tyson, if you could unmute and state your name for the record, please.
Brent Tyson, City of Detroit, Building Safety Engineering.
All right, thank you, and good to see you.
You too.
All right. All right, and so I only have one matter that's actually in the file for Mr. Applicator. And so if we could find the other ticket, pursuant to the people's motion, I'm going to dismiss both of these matters without prejudice. Is that right, Mr. Rosenthal?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, very good. The matters are dismissed without prejudice. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Thank you, Inspector Tyson.
And thank you, Inspector Tyson. I need the other companion case for this, Miss May.
You don't have Judge Barry?
Here, this is the one I have, and I need the other one.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Let me see, are there any individuals who I have not serviced? And this is a question I'm asking to my staff. I'm not asking for other folks to shout out. Thank you so much. Yes, Attorney Barton?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I didn't know if I was the Frank Allen person. That was a morning person, but I have not spoken to this individual, so I don't know if they came in late or what
Frank Allen does not have their camera on, and so since they don't have their camera on, I will not be servicing them today. Let's keep moving.
Yes, I have my camera on, Your Honor.
You do now.
Right.
When did you join us, Mr. Allen? You haven't spoken with an attorney? You're on mute, sir.
I had a court date this morning at 9:30.
And when did you get on, sir? Did you
My
get on at
phone was off.
9:30?
No, my phone was off. When I woke up this morning, my phone
Okay,
was off.
and so, sir, I'm going to have to adjourn your matter today. Won't be able to service you. I still have to call the remainder of my morning docket. And so let's try it again tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
And so your first name is Frank Allen. Let me place your case number on the record. I have the following matters for you: SP 107-8833, counts 1 and 2, SP 110-5047, counts 1, 2, and 3. That's for Frank Allen. I am adjourning these matters. I'll adjourn them to April the 14th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. Sir, be sure to get on, okay? If you want to get
Okay.
service. All right, thank you so much. All right, very good.
All right. Looks like we also have Olga Harabli. I have not spoken to this individual, so I don't know if they've spoken to an attorney.
Hi, yes, that was me. No, I haven't spoken to anyone yet.
Okay, you're set for
Okay.
9:30 a.m.
I'm sorry?
Your hearing
No,
was
Miss Mack, you were supposed to tell me what time his case was scheduled
I don't
for.
have him on our docket, Judge, and I was trying to look his name up, but he never was on there still.
Right, can you please stay on the screen so we can get your name, sir, so that we can look up your case?
Yes, ma'am.
Is his name appearing on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. It's not appearing on my end.
Okay, I got it. I'm trying to-
Okay, give us a second to look you up.
Take your time.
All right. Thank you for permission.
I'm sorry.
Miss
I'm sorry.
Did you have something for me?
No, Your Honor, I'm not sure, the lingering issues with Mr. Austin. From my understanding, we dismissed those cases out of the companion case. That was when Corporal Hayward was with us, Your Honor. So I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, what Mr. Austin.
Okay, so our system, Mr. Austin, please don't holler out in my courtroom. Thank you. Our system shows that he entered 2 pleas. I don't know if other things were dismissed, but he did not pay for those matters.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the problem.
Absolutely.
I don't have an issue with the 3 dismissals or motions for dismissal. I do not grant dismissals when individuals owe us money. They have to pay their money.
Thank you for the clarification, Your Honor.
So that's where we are.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're very welcome.
Okay, Judge, for Mr.
Yes.
Al-Garabli, he doesn't have a court date until August. I don't see anything.
Until August.
Yeah, he's not on the docket today. He's
Let-
going to have one till August.
I don't know who would have given him a court date in August.
So that's when he's scheduled for. Yeah.
Can you print out the ROA?
Yeah.
I'm about to give him a different date. It won't be today though.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
And then Ms. Taylor, I'm ready to call the remainder of the specialty court docket. Mute me for a second, Miss. Mute me for 1 second.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm inside. I was just about to text you. I've been inside for a minute, but I'm fine.
Okay, I just saw your message.
The court
All
is
right.
not muted. Just there we go. Thank you.
Two weeks out. Well, actually, for next week, Miss Matt, if I could. I'm gonna, let's turn me back on. I'm gonna schedule Mr. Al-Garabli. Your cases are not scheduled until August of this year, but I am going to change your dates. I'm going to schedule you for April the 26th, which is on a Tuesday for all of his matters, April 26, 2022. And that will be at 8:35. I'm sorry, that's a Tuesday. That's gonna be, I would still keep it at 8:35 a.m. And it'll be by way of Zoom. Okay, sir? I'm adjourning everything to April 26th. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You're very welcome. You too. Thank you so much. All right. Ms. Taylor, are you ready on your cases?
Yes, Judge.
All right, who do we have up first?
We can get Mr. John Porter first.
All right, Mr. Porter, I have case number 20058789001. 1 second, let the officer clean the podium just for a second. All right, thank you. 1 second, Ms. Taylor, give me just 1 second. All right, I have the following matter for Mr. Porter. I've read your case number into the record. Sir, please state your full name for the record. All right, thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Porter, I had you come in today because you were in my courtroom smoking a cigarette as if you didn't know that you were in court. And so until further notice, you'll have your hearings here physically at 36th District Court. Because although we're virtual, we are still a court. And that was very disrespectful for you to come into my courtroom smoking a cigarette. Okay? I'm sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying.
I apologize, man. I was stressed out and nervous.
Okay, yes. All right. Ms. Taylor, tell me what's going on with Mr. Porter, please.
Okay, so Mr. Porter is still fairly new. He was admitted into our program on March 30th of this year, 2022. He was referred out for services, which he did complete that scheduled appointment just a few days ago on April 11th at the Guidance Center. He was referred to ATS for drug screening, which his screens came back positive for marijuana use. Mr. Porter did report to me that he does use marijuana. I did reiterate again that that is not admissible in our program. And he also completed a screen at our lab within the court today that also came back positive for THC.
So, Mr. Porter, you can't smoke marijuana while you're in this program. But Ms. Taylor told you that, right? And sir, I have to be able to hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so Ms. Taylor told you that, and you've continued to use it? I can't hear you.
Yes, I have used some.
Okay, we're trying to help you. You do not have the requisite prescription. And so just like alcohol is legal, but you can't use it while you're in the program, you cannot utilize marijuana. Okay? And so if you're having some issues that you believe marijuana does something for you, we need to schedule him for a physical and schedule him for, it sounds like he's had his assessment, and then talk with your medical doctor about those issues, okay? Okay, but you can't self-medicate while you're in this program. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You've been with us, Ms. Taylor. I didn't write that date down. He's been with us since when?
March 30th.
Okay, so he is still fairly new, very new. All right, and he was referred by Judge Bryant. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And I know Ms. Taylor may have mentioned to me earlier this morning that you were asking about if you could just go back to your judge or to another program. I mean, you can go back to your judge and you could do jail time, but I mean, what sense does that make when we want to help you?
Yes, you know, I know, Your Honor, but it was a program that I was involved with before this time.
Okay, but that's not us. So I don't know what you were involved in before, but I can't imagine anybody was trying to help you and allowing you to smoke marijuana while they're trying to figure out how to help you. Now, you may have been doing it on your own, but I just can't imagine it.
Well, I will better myself.
I'm sorry.
I said, I will better myself, but I am trying.
Okay, well, we want you to try. That's what we want you to do. We want you to try, and guess what, Mr. Porter, we want to try with you. We want to help you. Give us an opportunity to work with you, to help you with the issues that brought you before me, and then we'll go from there, okay? But you can't self-medicate, and then that just puts us at a total disadvantage. And it puts you at a disadvantage too, because we won't know what's working.
Absolutely right.
Okay, so will you work with us? All right, Miss Jasmine, I want him to have a medical evaluation, okay? If he's having some issues that he believes he needs to use marijuana, let's get him medically evaluated, a physical, so that he can talk to his doctor about it. When's the last time you've seen the doctor?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, did you tell them about any issues that you're having?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And they didn't prescribe you marijuana, did they?
No.
All right, very good. That's because they didn't, yeah. It didn't solve the issues that you were having. Wasn't going to help it. So come on, let's work it. All right, Miss Taylor, you said he had his assessment. Tell me again where his assessment was done.
The Guidance Center.
the guidance center. Any particular reason why we went to a different evaluator?
That's where he was sent after contacting the 800 number, that's what they referred him to.
And we could not request to send them to our provider?
If you like me to switch him, I can, because he's still fairly new. He just did the intake like 2-3 days ago, so if you want him switched, I can look into that. I can do that.
Okay, yes, sir, Mr. Porter,
Your Honor, I would appreciate that because Southgate, I can't really get out there.
you can't get out there?
No.
Okay, that makes sense then. All right. So I would like for that to take place immediately, where we would switch him to either pop off or to Detroit Recovery Project. I'm holding off on Detroit Recovery Project. They haven't been at a staffing yet.
Okay.
Okay, yes, so pop off. All right, and so let's do that, and let's get him in there as quickly as possible. And so make sure when you go to pop off that you have conversations with them about why you believe why you have used marijuana, so we can make sure that we're addressing everything, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right.
We'll do it for the pain.
Okay, but have you talked to your doctor about your pain? Because you know, we've been dealing with pain long before marijuana became legal, right? You know we have, right? Okay.
Okay.
All right, go check your history and see what we did in response to pain.
Okay.
Without altering our minds and our moods. Go check your history. I just implore everybody, go check your history about what we did to endure pain without altering our minds and everything else. And yeah, check your history. All right, Miss Taylor, what else do you have for Mr. Porter?
We also are gonna switch him from ATS to GEM so that we can monitor the THC levels and verify that they are actually decreasing and he's stopping use.
All right.
And he was provided a paper referral form today for the services to start tomorrow. So since he tested here today, I set him up to start tomorrow. So he needs to take that form along with an ID down to the GEM location and start testing tomorrow.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Porter?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, very good. You have any questions for us today? I know we're throwing a lot at you today.
No, I'll be there. I won't give you a hard time anymore.
Don't give me a hard time,
Okay.
Mr. Porter. You seem like a nice person.
Okay.
Listen, I said I was going to make you come in person.
Yeah.
If you assure me that you're not gonna get in my courtroom, virtual courtroom, smoking and carrying on, I'll let you do virtual.
Okay.
But if you think you just have to smoke, you're gonna have to come in person and see me and sit all day.
You're the boss.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm the boss, all right.
I got you.
All right, Mr. Porter, all right, listen, I want you to do virtual, but you've got to be presentable for court, all right?
I will.
All right, very good. Miss Taylor, anything else?
Nothing in addition, he will return to court in person on April 27th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. So that's exactly 2 weeks from today, Mr. Police.
You want him in person as opposed to virtual?
Oh, I got.
No, I told him if he could tell me that he's not gonna smoke all in my courtroom and everything, I would let him do virtual.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll see you on that date at 8:35. Thank you, Mr. Porter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Are we ready on Miss Clinton?
Your Honor, if I may, real quick, dismissal for the translator, Ms. Patty. I spoke with the defense counsel and it's without documentation. She
Oh,
has an
wonderful. Wonderful, let's do it. I'm calling the matter for Mr. Al Malti. Let me have the interpreter, please. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties in today's matter, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name as well as your qualification.
Gina Metti, I'm the court qualified interpreter through the state of Michigan.
All right, thank you. I am calling case number 217-375-152. Mr. Almwati, please unmute and state your full name for me.
أود أن ننادي رقم قضية 2173751552. سيد الماتي، رجاء افتح كاتم الصوت واذكر اسمك الكامل ليدون في المحضر. سيد الماتي، اذكر اسمك الكامل.
طاهر عبد TAHER.
واللقب.
What's your last name?
اللقب.
ALMAWTI.
Taher TAHER ALMAWTI.
First name TAHER. The last name.
Thank you, sir.
شكرا.
We got it.
شكرا. سمعتك.
Oh. All right, Mr. Rosenthal, Attorney Rosenthal.
Yes, sir.
I have counts 1 and 2 for him. Only count 2 appears on my docket. And so you are moving to dismiss both, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
تقول الفقرة الائتمامية عندي 1 2. سيد روزنثال، عندي الفقرة الائتمامية 1 2. أنت بس 2 على المحضر مالتها. تقول راح تصرف اثنيناتهم؟ يقول نعم سيد القاضي. أنت بس اسمع.
Okay.
Yes, Attorney Griffin.
Your Honor, what's the other charge?
It's no unregistered motor vehicle.
I have the unregistered motor vehicle on the docket.
Okay, then the other one is no license. No, it doesn't matter. You're dismissing both of them, counts 1 and 2. One is for no insurance and one is for unregistered motor vehicle.
يقول على اساس هو عنده هذه ورقه تسجيل السياره، راح تصرف اثنيناتهم، فقره التهمه الاولى والثانيه. واحده ما عندك تامين على السياره، والثانيه على اساس ما عندك ورقه تسجيل السياره، بس اثنيناتهم راح تصرفهم، ما راح تكون ولا شيء.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Interpreter, can you ask if he has a valid license?
سيد طاهر، عندك إجازة سياقة صالحة المفعول؟ عندك إجازة سياقة؟
أيوة عندي الإجازة حق السيارة.
Yes, I do.
Can you hold it to the camera?
أوكي، طلعها، راوينا إياها، إجازة السياقة. One moment.
Thank you.
Let me tell y'all what I'm not going to do for Anthony Austin. I'm not going to look at somebody lying in the bed. I'm not going to do that.
Thank you, sir.
شكرا.
Thank you, Shannon.
Both are dismissals, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Attorney Rosenthal. They are both dismissals. I'm dismissing both matters without prejudice. Thank you so much, sir.
تقول الفقرات الائتمامية اثنيناتهم راح تصرفهم اثنيناتهم بدون صرف نهائي. تقول شكرا جزيلا أستاذ.
يلا شكرا.
Thank you so much.
All right, and thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a pleasant day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. خلاص.
All right, are we ready on Ms. Clinton?
I'm ready on that.
All right, come on, Ms. Clinton. I'm ready.
While we do that, can I go into a breakout room, Ms. Alexander?
Yes, yes.
Because I believe that matter is resolved. So I just need to talk to her about one thing.
All right, very good. Ms. Wilson, if you could place, Ms. Alexander, if you could turn on your camera, that would help us. All right. Is Ms. Alexander with us? Okay, there we go. All right, I have the following matter, and I'm not certain if it's more than one case, but what I have in the file, because she's not on my docket today, if you could add Ms. Clinton to the docket, it's 1904526-301. Ms. Clinton, state your full name.
Amanda Dale Clinton.
All right, Ms. Clinton. You know that you're not on my docket today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know why you're here today, right?
Yes.
And you know you had some stuff that came back in your test that has been confirmed, right?
That's correct, but I didn't, yes, I was coming out here to tell you that I did it.
I can't hear you.
I was coming out here to tell you that I did it anyways, when you told me to go into.
Oh, no, it's not I did it anyways. It's did you do it or not?
Yes, I did it.
Okay, so Ms. Clinton, you've been sitting around all morning telling Ms. Taylor that you didn't, your test should have been clean.
It should have been clean, yes, but in the circumstance, I just had taken the call. So yes, I.
Oh, no, we're not taking no falls.
Judge.
I don't need her to take a fall. I got a confirmation. Go ahead.
What she stated when we were speaking in the back, she basically, in a nutshell, said that she did not like you, she never picked up or anything. She mentioned that she did a visit to her mom's house to visit her children. While there, the ex-husband showed up, and she says that she drank from her pop can that he offered her. She said she never smoked any illicit substances or used in that matter, but she said that's the only thing that she can think of, because remind you, she hasn't even been into transitional housing a full 2 weeks. She hasn't really been anywhere. No one came to the facility to visit her there, so she said that's the only thing that she can think of where substances would have came from when she drank from her ex-husband's pop, and he is a user.
And
So-
he was satisfied, yes.
I can't hear you. Can we move that mic? No, you have to keep your mask on.
No, and I shouldn't have had my, like I said, he came to see the boy. And I happened to be there, so I went outside to smoke a cigarette, but he would sabotage me, because he knew I was doing good. So, yeah.
But Ms. Clinton, he didn't sabotage you.
I
You
didn't-
sabotaged
By
yourself.
having him around.
What, first of all, by having him around, and then secondly, why are you drinking out of his pop?
He gave me the pop.
But you know that he's using.
I wouldn't think that you could get contaminated by drinking someone else's pop. I actually believe something in it.
No, Miss Clinton, that doesn't make sense. You know why? Because he's a user. That came out of your mouth to my ears. He's a user. So if he's a user, you don't know how he's using, you're not with him. You've been working away, working on you. So everything is on the table.
Right.
So why would you then take a drink from somebody who you have identified as a user?
I couldn't tell you, Judge, I couldn't answer.
I can't hear you.
That's the answer I don't have. I don't know why I would do that. I wasn't thinking. I was too busy trying to get in the house, and that's how I said he left. So like I said, he was only there 15 minutes.
And you didn't have no other pop to drink in the house other than to drink from a person who you said is a user.
I just took the word for close like that. I didn't think about anything of how he was.
Why are you close with somebody who is using and you're trying to get clean?
He's my ex-husband. We talked about our children. My son just got out of jail.
So, ma'am, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The fact that you put X in front of his name is enough reason not to drink after him. You don't know who his mouth been on and where his mouth has been. The fact that there's X in front of his name. See, I'm trying to get you to think, to go a little bit farther. Because he didn't sabotage you. You sabotaged yourself.
Exactly.
I don't care how close you are. You know that in this program, you are responsible for everything that shows up in your urinalysis. I say it over and over and over again. So if you're going around people, if you're visiting folks during the holidays, you better bring your own food, bring your own drinks, because when you know what your folks do, or you should know what your folks do, you don't eat and drink from them, because they will sail off into the sunset. You will walk over to Wayne County Jail. You've heard me say that over and over again, right? So why in the world would you drink from a person who you have identified as, number one, a user, and number two, an ex?
I was, like I said, I don't have an answer. I honestly wasn't thinking. I just wasn't thinking clearly on that. I didn't, like I said, I don't have an answer to tell you. I can't lie to you.
But Miss Clinton, I don't get it. So your ex-husband put fentanyl and cocaine in your pop. Is that your story?
He's done it before in the past.
So then that's even more reason why you shouldn't have been drinking from
I'm not
him.
drinking from him though, like he's done it to somebody else, yeah.
See, that's even more reason for you. You're not gonna talk with me. I promise you, I'm setting a new standard. You're not gonna talk with me. Miss Clinton, listen to what you're saying. He has put drugs in somebody else's drink. He is a user. He is my ex-husband. Therefore, when he offers me a pop, I drink it. Ma'am, I'm not buying that today. I'm not. Nope. I'm not.
She had an interaction with him before, that's what I was gonna say on record, one of the other times that she relapsed, it was, you know, through an interaction with her and this ex-husband, so that's why I was asking, you know, what is the plan to maybe avoid that, because this things could keep popping up, but she said her son called him over, she didn't know, you know, and he was there for a hot second, but.
He has put something in somebody else's drink before. He is a user. He is an ex, and yet you drink from him. Nope. I'm not buying that today. Mr. Barton, I'm not buying it. And as far as I'm concerned, she's going to the Wayne County Jail today. I'm not buying it. Nope. Because listen, if you're struggling with the urges and you're making decisions, we can address that. We can address that. But if you are telling me that your behavior is so reckless and so careless, I don't have a remedy for that other than the Wayne County Jail, which is that's where you're going today. I don't have a remedy for that. I don't have a remedy for reckless and careless behavior. You have said more than one time, he's a user. He uses drugs. Now you're telling me he has put drugs in somebody else's drink. You have said that he sabotaged you before. Now you're saying that, and to top it off, the biggest one is ex. I can't think of an ex nothing. I'm a drink after, not ex-friend, ex-cousin, ex-neighbor. I'm not drinking after you. You can't even offer me a drink. And so now you want to tell me that you're thinking reckless. I don't have a program for that. I don't. So the only thing I can do is send it to the Wayne County Jail, have her think about it for a minute, and then we'll get it back on track. I can deal with if she's telling me I made a decision to use, because now we can work with that. We can work with that. We can call Mr. Williams on the phone and say, listen, we're gonna get her back into some intensive outpatient treatment. She's gonna come back to Lake Ridge. She'll be on a restriction. She's not gonna have interactions with anybody for 30 days. That's opposed to being in jail. And now we can just work on her for 30 days to go through the process of what's causing, what's triggering. Sounds like it's the ex-husband, but what's triggering? And then now giving her a game plan as to how to deal with those triggers, because I understand they have kids in common. So she may have to see him, you know, more than anybody else would see an ex-husband. But when she's telling me she's just making reckless moves, I don't have a remedy for that. I'm sorry, I wish I did. I don't. Mr. Barton, what do you want to tell me? Because we need to get her over to the jail before it's too late.
Your Honor, you know I'm always an advocate, but I can only do what I'm told. And I was coming out here to discuss how those were inconclusive and she didn't have anything to do with it. So at this point, I wish Miss Clinton luck, and when you come back, I would ask her to be forthcoming with me so that I can help as best that I can in the future. So I'm that's all I have to say, Your Honor.
I hear you. All right, Miss Clinton, this is where we are. So you're gonna go with you just reckless behavior, right? And you drinking after folks that have sabotaged other people and put drugs in their drink, and now you've got fentanyl and cocaine in your drink, and that's what you're going with, right? I'm sorry. All right, very good. Then this is what I'm going with. I'm sending you to the Wayne County Jail. Return to court date will be April 18, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. Let's please mark her myth that it's medical. I need to make sure that she's able to get any medications that she's entitled to. Make sure you send an email to Director Bomer to make sure that she gets her medications while she's there. I'll see her on Monday, April 18th, and then we'll go from there. Thank you.
Do you want them to do any type of like her see a psychiatrist or anything while she's in there?
Yes, please. Yes, let her see the psychiatrist. And then when she comes back on April 18th, she is to be dressed out with her belongings.
What time on that date, Judge?
8:35 a.m. All right. Are we ready on Miss Alexander?
We are, Your Honor.
Wait, 1 second.
Did you, I was just trying to make sure that we were done with the specialty docket, and I did have one client who did not show today.
Let me call the remainder of the specialty court docket. Thank you for that reminder. Before I do, Miss Alexander, I need to call the remainder of the specialty court docket. At 8:35 a.m., I have, and do you have your dates from when we talked about in staffing, what we talked about in staffing? For 8:35 a.m., I have Derek Epps, U 456-435-18. I know that he has an order where he's been ordered to the hospital, and so we are bringing him back when?
I thought we discussed April 27th, 2022 at
Yes.
8:35 a.m.
Yes, ma'am, that will be the next date for Derek Epps.
Okay.
And then for Santee Gardner, U 292-66307 and U 395-35908. For Miss Gardner,
My apologies, Judge, that is Mr. Curtis's client.
and she's at the Wayne County
She's in
Jail.
Yes.
Let me just see if I. Let's see, for Miss Gardner, she was found competent. It was my understanding that we were gonna tether and send her to Lake Ridge, and it was adjourned to Thursday. So it is Miss Santee Gardner.
It's tomorrow.
All right, wonderful, to April 14th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m. I have for Jeremy Presley, 210-446-2301.
His return to court date is going to be April 20th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good, thank you. Mackenzie Short should be in warrant status, so she should not be on my docket today. And then I have for Elizabeth Stevenson, U 601-25121.
That's who didn't show up today.
Oh my goodness, where's Miss Stevenson?
I don't know. She's the one I mentioned yesterday that had been answering my phone. I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness, that's one I need to go to Shannon Walker. And so I'm going to, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Barton, I'm going to issue a warrant for Miss Stevenson's arrest. And she'll be remanded back to me. And if you could get that prepared for me to enter that on today.
Yes.
All right, very good.
What do we do with Shannon Thomas, Judge? Sorry.
Miss Thomas, I'll have to come back to that. I didn't write it on my docket.
Okay.
And her folder is in the office.
Okay.
But Miss Thomas just got to return the court date. We did her hearing today.
Okay.
Reach out to Mr. Curtis.
Got it.
All right, I'm going to go over now to the 10:30. No, wait. The 10:35, Camila Charles, case number 17044124001. Where's Miss Charles?
She wasn't supposed to be here today, Judge. Remember, she came in on the off week last week, so.
And we haven't gotten the confirmation yet, right?
Right.
But she had that alcohol positive.
Yes, and that's what we were discussing in staff, and we need a confirmation for that. We did get an answer today, again, Mr. Morgan and Ms. Charles has to pay $35 for that confirmation.
So it was confirmed as alcohol?
No, to get the confirmation done, she would need to pay $35.
No, we can't do that. Best practices says we can't do it. We have to pay for the confirmation, and then if it comes back confirmed, she has to reimburse us.
Oh, okay.
All right, and so what was her return date for Miss Charles?
She's a phase 3, so she would return to court on May 11th.
I need to see her before that. We don't know when we're gonna get those confirmations back though, right?
Right.
Well, one of them has been out there. We should be getting it in a minute, right?
Yes, and I did reach out to Ms. Foster regarding that initial screen, so we should be getting that shortly. Do you want Ms. Charles to just come back in 2 weeks on the 27th?
That's fine. We'll bring Ms. Charles back on April 27, 2022, and that'll be at 8:35 a.m. All right. Did I miss anyone for specialty court? All right, then you are in great shape. Thank you all. I know you've been running a lot today, but you all did a great job. So thank you. All right, I am ready on Miss Alexander. Miss Alexander, if you could get in just a little, not so much light so that I'm able to see you. It's like the sun or something is blocking half of your face. There you go. That's better, but nope. While she's finding, thank you. I'm sorry. Her lens, yeah, because she is all blurred.
All right, thanks, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, I have the following for Don Marie Alexander while she's making those adjustments. I have case number B1212202, B1212221, B1212221, B121222321, B121222421, B121222521. Yes, those are all for Don Marie Alexander. Ms. Alexander, unmute and state your name for me, please.
Dawn Marie Alexander.
Uh-oh, we don't have a good connection. Good afternoon to you, ma'am. I hope you can hear me as better than I'm hearing you. I still can't hear you. Can you hear us? Thumbs up if you can hear us.
I can hear you a little bit. You're breaking up.
Okay, can you move somewhere where we can get a good reception?
Your Honor, I will say we were fine in the breakout room, so maybe she can just move back temporarily to where she was sitting before.
Okay, can you do that, Miss Alexander? Oh, my kid being stamped already.
No, but I got them separated.
And Your Honor, we do have Officer Closest still here for Mr.
For Mr. who?
Armstrong. He had to go in the breakout room with the.
Oh, I don't see him. Okay.
I just spoke with him. He's in the breakout room.
Okay.
Mr. Devon Armstrong. Yes, I spoke with him. He's in the breakout room. He's submitting documents to me. I'm getting ready to send those to Attorney Rosenthal.
All right, very good. Miss Alexander, are you ready?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, I can
Dawn
hear you.
Alexander.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Thank you for your patience. All right, Mr. Griffin, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, today was an adjourned court date. Before we had set the matter to have a motion heard regarding if the defendant would be able to secure a appointed attorney for a jury trial. But I asked the court if I could have just more time to look at the recommendations again to hopefully negotiate with the prosecutor to resolve the matter before going to a trial. And so that's what I had asked for today. I spoke with Ms. Alexander again. I presented new documentation to the prosecutor. The prosecutor gave a very generous offer of dismissing all the matters except for one, and that one matter would be under a delayed sentence. And so I informed Ms. Alexander that she would, more than likely, the judge would not sentence to jail for that one matter. It would be more likely a fine based upon her compliance with the other tickets. She indicated, even though I did tell her jail time is always a possibility, but also, Your Honor, she indicated to me that she's rejecting the offer. So again, the offer would have been, all 6 charges would have been dismissed off of her record. 1 charge would have been a delayed sentence. She's rejecting that offer. Like I said, we had multiple conversations about it. So the only thing that I can do is move forward with the motion for the jury trial. And I was just asked that we just reset that motion to be heard, because I've tried, multiple things, to figure out if this would work for Miss Alexander. But again, she has rejected this offer. And so my only option is to ask for that same motion. And I have all the documents that she submitted to me, and I will just present those documents, and then the court can decide.
Okay, thank you, counsel. I'm gonna set the matter for a jury trial. It's my understanding that there was documentation. I'm sorry, what's the problem, Mr. Griffin?
I'm saying we still have to have the hearing about her financials. That's what I'm saying. We still
Okay,
have to.
no, send the information to me. I'll have that hearing when we get closer to the jury trial. I'll make sure I'll still request for her to get a court-appointed attorney. And if I find that she can afford an attorney, she will be assessed what it is determined that she can pay for an attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, and so that's what we'll do. So I need to set a jury trial date. And I think, didn't I have a July spot for jury? Because they asked us to schedule more than one. And then I need to do the request. I'll go ahead and just do the request for the appointed attorney. No, I didn't. I never
July
scheduled her
19th.
jury trial. Did I schedule?
PM.
I'm sorry, Miss Alexander, 1 second.
July 19th at
Okay.
1:30.
Miss Alexander, hold on 1 second, please. All right, I'm sorry, Miss Matt.
Yes, ma'am. It's, the final trial is July the 15th.
So I gave her all of her hearing dates already.
I don't know about the hearing dates, but the jury trial date and the final pretrial date we did. But about the other stuff that you give dates for, no, ma'am. That you give like the emotions and all.
Right,
that.
because I need to get the attorneys
Yes.
or what have you, the attorney. All right, but we're gonna stick with the July 19th then date, and then let's get that information. I'll make that request to Ruth Carter for the appointment of an attorney to represent her at the jury trial. Again, I'll look at the documentation or have the attorney who's going to represent her. They will be able to present what she would owe for an attorney or whether or not she's capable of paying, and I'll make a determination as to what she can pay.
Yes,
okay. All right, very good. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor. But
right.
but I did, just for the record, I did indicate to my client, these are, all the matters are misdemeanors. And I did tell her the statutory maximum would be 93 days in jail for each one and up to $500 for fines, plus additional court costs for each one. And she's nodding her head, acknowledging that I did give her that information.
And if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, I just can't pay it.
1 second, Miss Alexander, I didn't give you the floor. Miss Alexander, I didn't give you the floor. Thank you. For the prosecutor, for the people?
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted on record that offer that I gave today is not going to be an offer that's on the table after today, and so therefore it needs to head straight to the trial phase.
All right, I am indicating that no offers will be entertained at the time of trial. All right, so we are going to trial. All right, with that, I'll see you July 19th, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Attorney Rosenthal, I did submit some documents to you via email.
Thank you, Attorney Griffin. Yeah,
Okay,
anytime.
let me give
feel
this
free,
back to you.
anytime you need me. But I appreciate you greatly, sir. Thank you.
Not a problem. No, I'm talking for Mr. Anderson or Armstrong.
Oh.
Evan Armstrong.
Oh, I thought. Let me check real quick, sir.
And then one last request, Ms. Mack, if you can hear me, I'm just asking for SOS.
For who?
I'm glad you answered. Devin Armstrong or Devon Armstrong.
Okay, give me a couple minutes.
Thank you.
And we're ready on the last case, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Matt, there are two scheduling orders that I need to do. They are both the same, but for two different defendants, and it needs to be sent out to counsel for jury trial. And so I need to give this to you. If you could print me out those, I'll put in their dates, but just print me out two scheduling orders for Mucasade and this one right here. I circled them in blue. Okay, that was from Monday when Louis was here, but. Yeah. And then this one I have to request a court-appointed attorney for. And then, I'm sorry, what are we ready on?
We're just concluding the Austin.
Where is Mr. Austin? Oh, Jesus. All right, this is for Anthony Austin. I think I gave you back the file. And then notice that note on Miss Alexander's. All right. And so I'm ready to go back on the record for Mr. Austin. As I indicated earlier, Mr. Austin has 3 matters that are on my docket, but he also has 2 outstanding matters that have not been paid. So I'm going to call the 2 matters that have not been paid. SB 716-8721 and case number 145390601. There was also a recommendation for dismissals without prejudice as to the following 3 matters, which this court will not be dismissing as long as there is an outstanding balance. I have case number 14539-059, counts 1, 2, and 3. All right, how are we proceeding, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. So I've spoken with, I'm sorry, are you able to hear me, Your Honor? Just for clarity?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I apologize. First, I wanted to apologize for the bedroom scene. Mr. Austin made me aware that they were pillows stuffed underneath the bed. It wasn't an actual person there, although I told him he still just wants to make sure he's in a good location. So we do apologize for that. With that said, Your Honor, Mr. Austin is a veteran who is also legally blind at this point. And so I apologize for any inconvenience that we've had going back and forth of our communication. Essentially what's going to happen, and I explained to Mr. Austin, is that when he was released from prison, there may have been, or he explained that there was a bond that should have been released to him that he does not believe he received. So I said he's going to have to bring that documentation into the court, deal with the courts directly as far as those fees and fines are concerned. And then he can come back, once those are addressed, he can come back and deal with the dismissal charges if he chooses, or he can pay those fees and fines up front. And then, as they say, chase the bond money as it was supposed to be given to him per his recollection. Either way, what he needs to do is gather his documentation, come into the court, speak with someone there, and go through each item and make that payment and or assess a payment for that, and then come back and set a date. Now, Your Honor, he has a date that he's going to a hospital to learn how to cope with being blind, I'm trying not to be insensitive. I apologize. I'm just not as versed. So he's going to a hospital to learn how to deal with everyday life with his condition that he will not be back from until the May 23rd, I believe it was. I may be off by a day or two. So my request to you, Your Honor, was he may need time to come in, deal with all that, come back from the hospital, and then go. So anytime you would allow, and I don't know if that would be possible on your docket to allow him that time, Your Honor, but if he could have that time to go deal with it, come back, get it dismissed. He's obviously not driving anymore, so that won't be an issue for him.
So counsel, let me say this. I'm
Yes.
looking at the two cases that Mr. Austin had where there's money owed. I do see on both of the cases, there were bonds that were paid and they were applied to his balance. So, but they did not cover the full balance. So that's why he still has a balance. Now, what I will tell you is that there are some, let's see, part of this might be
Secretary of State fees. There's a lot of them on there.
and I'm just looking, there's a 20% penalty. There's a warrant cost, so that comes to about $114. And so, which I would be, because you have indicated that he is a veteran, I would be willing to waive that. But his bonds have already been applied. So I don't want him to waste time coming here because they were applied. But because he didn't pay it all, it continued to accrue penalties and things of that nature. So even if I deduct $114 from the $284, that is going to leave him with a balance of $170 on one matter. And then for the remaining matter, where the bonds have been applied, and Miss Matt, you've looked in the system too. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. All of his bonds have been applied. And so I'm looking to see what costs. So again, on this one, he's got, wait a minute. He's got $96 worth of penalties and warrant costs. I see there was a $60 warrant cost, but I think they took that off, right, Miss Matt?
And if I may, I'm sorry.
No, give me 1 second. I'm not.
Yes,
need to
ma'am. Sorry.
Be able to calculate. 1 second.
We have 4 cases that we're looking at.
No, ma'am. It's the 2 that are open that he's not paid on. And it looks like on the second matter, he'll owe $80 on that one because I'll waive the penalties and the warrant costs. And so there's nothing more that we can do for him because he took a plea under another judge and all of the bonds have been applied. But because he didn't pay his balance in full, he kept accumulating costs. But I've waived those additional costs that he's accumulated. He still has to pay the $170 on one matter. Ms. Mack, if you go in and you waive the penalties and the warrant costs for each one of those, let me know what the balance is. And he's gonna have to pay that. I don't know where he went. There he is. Okay. So, Mr. Austin, do you understand that?
I hear you, Your Honor.
Can you hear me? Did you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I heard you.
Oh, okay. So you did have some bonds. They've been applied, but it didn't cover your whole balance. So you still have some balance left to pay. Okay? It's not as much as we said before because I'm gonna waive some of those, the ones I can waive. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
So Ms. Mack, do you need a case number?
No, I got them all. I'm doing them right now.
It's just 2 that I'm concerned about.
Oh, which one then?
SP 716-8721.
You're taking off the late fees off of here?
Late fees and warrant costs.
You did acknowledge that you had to pay this reinstatement fee, Jared?
Well, reinstatement fee, I can't do anything about that. That's the Secretary of State's money.
Okay.
So
Okay, so
what
that's-
does he need to clear up for us?
okay, so that's 170 left on that ticket.
Okay,
And what's the other ticket?
the other one is 145-390-601.
Okay, that one is $80.
All right, so I got those amounts right. So Mr. Austin, how long do you need to pay in order to pay the 170 and the $80?
I don't have the money, Your Honor. I would like to go see if I can get a pro bono attorney about this.
A pro bono attorney to do what, sir? You already accepted a plea. I'm not certain what you would get an attorney for. But that's fine. Okay. Go ahead and find you an attorney, pro bono, and then you can come back and see us, but I can't give you your dismissals today. I mean, I've done everything that I can do for you, sir.
Your Honor, I understand, and I thank you, and I know you're doing everything that you're doing as a judge, because I understand what you're doing, and I don't have a problem with that. But there's numerous discrepancies going on that needs to come to the surface. It really do.
Okay. I have no discrepancies, at least in our record, sir. You may have some discrepancies, but I don't. So when you get ready, with respect to, when do you want to come back? Because I'll hold all of your matters until you come back so you don't go into warrant status.
I'm due back from the blind rehab clinic in Cleveland on May the 23rd.
So let's do this. Let's push this out to June, okay? And
Yes,
that'll give
ma'am.
you time to get an attorney to do what you think they can do. I'm not sure our records are what they are. And so I'll push this out to, let's do June 10th. June 10th, I'll adjourn everything to June 10th. And that'll give you a little time. Okay, adjourn to
Thank you,
June
Your Honor.
10th, 2022. And that will be at 8:35 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir, and I hope it works out, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. You've been very great.
All right, thank you.
All right. We're through, right?
All right. Yes, sir, we are finished. Yes, sir. All right. And Mr. Rosenthal, well, I'll let me do this case and then I'll speak to you. All right, are we ready on Mr. Armstrong?
We should be. I just need to, I just would ask Mr. Attorney Rosenthal just to respond to I sent him an email, but I think we're ready.
Yes, absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, let me just, he was at trial. All right, I have the following: SP 122-6275, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Armstrong, please state your name for the record.
Devon Armstrong.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for your patience. I know that the officer Costa was here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he still?
I'm gonna check outside. I didn't tell him to leave. I just told him the tickets for valid documentation were being dismissed.
Okay, that's okay. I just want the record to reflect that he was in fact here and was sitting in the courtroom for some time. All right, very good. How are we proceeding? Today is the date scheduled for trial.
Your Honor, I presented information to the prosecutor. My client gave me documents regarding his license and also insurance. I sent also a copy of the SOS to make sure that the prosecutor could look at it also. And so I believe the people would be amenable to a dismissal, but I just wanted them to put it on
Yes,
the
Mr. Rosenthal, can I get his file, please?
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Armstrong.
Yes, you're correct, Your Honor. The officer did leave. I did not tell him to leave, Your Honor, but he was present.
All right, he was present, and so there were 2 matters that was scheduled for trial. He still has a civil infraction that needs to be paid. Are the people motioning for dismissal?
On the civil, Your Honor.
Not on the civil infraction.
Yes.
You'll have to pay that.
Absolutely, Your Honor. For the dismissal, that goes in regards to the registration, I believe, the driver's license. Those will be outright dismissals without documentation, Your Honor.
All right, but I can't dismiss until he gets this civil infraction paid. Miss Matt, can you tell me what he owes on P122-6275, count 3? Defective brake lights. He paid it?
He did.
All right, then you're getting your dismissals today, both of them, sir. And so the matters are dismissed without prejudice with the stipulation of probable cause, counsel?
The defendant stipulates probable cause, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you, sir. You'll get your paperwork in the mail. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. So everything dismissed?
Those two are dismissed. Yes, sir.
Cool, thank you so much.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, mute me for just 1 second before I call the remainder of my docket. In tomorrow,
I'm in tomorrow.
because she's not in tomorrow.
I'm in tomorrow. I'll take care of anything remaining. I gave Miss Walker that one intake that we had that needs to come back.
I'm ready to call the remainder of the docket. I'm at 9 o'clock. I'm starting first. Let me indicate that my show cause date will be. I said I would do show cause on. I can't do Monday. What did we say? I can't do Monday afternoons. I mean, what did I say? I wrote it down. Hold on. I know it's been a long day. I'm like, it's been a very long day. But if we're gonna start, let's start right now. How about that?
Command center, when they came to pick up Ms. Clinton, she said, because county had already come and gone, so they had to call county again. But they said, we checked and we told the courtrooms were closed. I said, no, we still have the money.
All right, so this is what's gonna happen. My show cause date will be on it will be on April 27th, 2022. and that will be at 1:30 p.m. That's on a Wednesday. Okay? All right, let's try it. And then for KPS will be personal bond unless stated otherwise by the court. I have the following matters for Cortez Anderson scheduled for pretrial on today, which meant that Mr. Anderson knew that he was supposed to be in court today and he's failed to appear. I have case number SP 1103435, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 1163893, counts 2 and 3. Case number SX 377046111. Case number U 562-13720. Case number 213-16202, counts 1 and 2. KPS will issue. The bond will be set at $25 cash or surety as to each one of the matters. For Jawan Austin, I have case number SP 121-63291. Also scheduled for pretrial. KPS will issue. That bond is set at $25 cash or surety. For Rashida Abdul Hameen, I have arraignments on the bench warrant. I have the following: SP 202403, counts 1, 2, and 3. I also have case number 193177851, and that is going to be a KPS, and the bond will be set at $25 cash or surety as to each matter. For Lamar Abram, C 5540231. That will be a KPS. For Abdullah Abu Zara, SP 1175332, KPS. Marquita Adams, SP 1234871, KPS. For Willie AG, oh, no, that was an arraignment, so it should be a show cause. My apologies, a show cause. For Willie AG Jr., U6099271, that will be a KPS entering without the owner's permission. That bond will be set at $25 cash or surety. For Gail Accra, 217392141, that will be a show cause. And for Ms. Accra, 217392131, that will be a default judgment. For last name All, SP 1259941, that will be a KPS. For Ali Alali, SP 1233839, counts 1 and 2. Count 2 will be a show cause. Count 1 will be a default judgment. For Alexander Alderani, SP 1226881, KPS. For Ferna Alman Hernandez, SP 1233279, counts 1, 2, and 3. All of those will be show cause. For Arnold Alexander, 217305551, counts 1 and 2. Both will be KPS. For Galen Alexander, 217388771, that will be a show cause. For Khalil Al Harari, V501007, and V501081, both will be a show cause. For Mushtaq Ali, SP 117560881, KPS. I'm
Excuse
going
me.
now to page.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you say the last name again? Not the name right before. I was trying to find it. Al-Zarari, I think that's what you said.
Al-Harari.
Al-Harari, yes.
What's the first name?
Khalil.
Okay, never mind. There was another name that was close to it that I know I talked to the person. So.
Okay, no, that's fine, because I don't want to mess anybody up.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I have for Ali Altamari, U601280221, and that is going to be a show cause. For Blair Anderson, SP 1229453, KPS. For Christopher Anderson, SP 1225179, counts 1 and 2, both are KPS. I'm going down to Erica Anderson, SP 122-7699, counts 1 and 3. Those will both be capious. For Jameer Anderson, SX 3937041, counts 1 and 2. Count 1 will be a show cause, and count 2 will be a default judgment. For Javion Anderson, SP 121-72811, that's an arraignment on the bench warrant. Capious will issue. The bond will be set at $25, cash or surety. For Reginald Anderson, 217-39323, counts 1, 2, and 3. All of those will be show cause. For Raymond Ashcraft, SP 120-0034, counts 1 and 2. Those will both be show cause. And then for Raymond Ashcraft, SP 120-0103, that will be a default judgment. For Anthony Askew, SP 103-84513, SP 104-47021, SP 104-47022. All of those will be default will be a capious. I have for Anthony Askew, I'm on page 4, 930, SP 104-47023, SP 813-0621, SP 813-0622, case number 18406-6521, 18465-7531, and case number 18490-1621. All of those will be capious. For Jerry Avant, SP 121-34021, that will be a capious. I'm now on the 1030 docket. I have the first adjourn to pay, SP 125-46211, for Jamil Al-Badani.
He did not pay, Judge.
He did not pay?
He did not.
All right, that's a blockading traffic, so it will be defaulted. Did he have some other matters? No, they would have been on the docket.
Correct.
And so we will do a default judgment and reinstate the original charge. All right, for Mr. Hussein Al-Batat, who appeared in the courtroom, I have SP 122-29681. Is my understanding that he paid that? Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, then that matter is going to be closed, and then the following matters would be dismissed. SP 122-29682, SP 122-29701, and SP 122-29702. Those will all be dismissed without prejudice. I have for Jumar Anderson, U595-11121. Did Mr. Anderson make his payment?
He made his payment and he has to come back to see you on June the 29th.
All right, wonderful. I'm going down now to the last matter on the 130 docket for Davina Everett, SP 1110422, counts 1 and 2. Both of these matters were scheduled for trial today at 1:30. It's now 3:42 p.m. Ms. Everett has not appeared in this courtroom. Therefore, capious will issue, and the bond is set at $50 cash or surety as to each matter. Did I miss anything?
I did see one, maybe I missed the Judge, for Juan Arabula.
You have to spell it for me.
Okay, Arambula is right after Maria Angel.
Oh, I did. I missed that one.
Okay.
I didn't cross it out. SP 122-90941 for Juan Arambula. That will be a capious. Thank you. Did I miss anything else? All right, wonderful. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Your Honor.
Everybody just